Welcome back to Vintage Powersports, everyone. So today we're going to clean the carburetors on this old 440 here. Basically, not much to it. I'll show you how you get them out right now. Oh, Canada. To get the carbs out of these old machines, first you remove the air box. There's a clamp here. These don't look like the original clamps. A slotted screwdriver looks like they'll get those off. 12 mil to remove the choke. And one quick tip too, always make sure your choke's fully on, because if those choke plungers fall off and get down below, you're pulling your motor to get them out. That's a huge pain in the ass. Might need a pair of pliers for the clamps on the fuel lines. I'm going to change all the fuel lines too while I have this all apart. And if you can't get these caps off, a pair of channel locks will do the trick. Loosen the clamp off. Oh, nice and loose already. That's not a good thing. That's on the sucky side, so you can lean out a motor and blow it up like that. Just get enough on it. Wrong tools for the right job, right? Wrong. Okay, gas line's off. This guy's tight. We need 12 mil. Get the choke out. Let's see if we can spin it by hand now. How seized up that cable is in there. Oh, it's coming. She's coming. There we go. That one's all goobered up as well. So drop that down. This carb cap is nice and tight. Adjust our helpers. Loosen that guy off. And there we go. Carbs are out. So now we're just going to pop these 4 screws out of the bottom and make sure everything's clean inside. I'm just going to break all these loose, pop them out. Put them on the ground where I have a chance of losing them. Don't want to make anything too easy, right? Gotta put some risk in there. There's no risk of losing it, it's no fun. Now, float bowl should come off. Got these little retainers to keep the floats from falling out. It actually looks pretty clean in there. Needle and seat seem to be working too. That's pretty good. I can see through the pilot. That's the main there. I can see light through it, and the pilot's in here. I can also see light through it, so that's not clogged up at all. So I think these carbs are good to go. Well, actually, I don't think. I know they're good to go. I'm just going to reassemble it, and I'll check the other one just to make sure. If you want, you can always blow air through them and pull out the jets and do all that too. But if you can see light through the hole, that means there's nothing blocking the hole. You're good. You don't want nothing blocking your hole either. Not going to be a very good day if you got a blockage in your hole. Get this carb back together, get the other one apart. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the fuel lines off. There's just a little zip tie there. Without bending too much stuff, maybe I'll get a little plier assistance. Break that fitting loose there. Okay. And then from our fuel pump, Back that line off there. Let's see. Yeah, there we go, nice and loose. Not the way we like them, but that's been the easiest one to change ever so far. So I'll just get my 1/4 inch clear line and we'll put that on there. The 1/4 inch clear line, I'm just gonna kind of match the length of the line. Give her a little like that. Snip her off. Their abrasion resistance there. And we'll put this line on the nipple. I will zip tie them on after. Get this guy routed back through here. I think it was like that. And there we go. So now we can see if we have fuel right away. I'll just change these 2 carb lines and we'll put the carbs back in. Basically, see if he's line that long. Bobs are empty. One more side. Loosen up, guy off. Top her off. Get another piece of line cut. Right about there. Okay. And there's 2 other carburetor. You can use the pink zip ties. If you don't like pink, you probably are drinking Bud Light. So we'll use the pink to keep them on. Man, it's hot out here. And I'm getting eaten alive. Should be doing this inside the shop, but we're not. We're out in the driveway doing it. And one more for the short carb side. Come on, you bugger. There we go. The stranger's not behaving today. All right, cut the ends off. Make a big mess with those. And this one here. All right, now we'll just install the carbs. We'll grab this slide here. It's all tangled up in my stuff. Nice and dirty. Hope you don't bend that. Don't bend the needle. And there's a way to put these in. There's a little pin on the side of the carb inside, and that correlates with that. So you have to make sure that's lined up, or else the slide won't go back inside. There we go. The cap back on. And you don't have to crank these down with vice grips or anything, just snug them up and that should be good. Okay. If you want to, you can throw your choke cable in there right away too. I think this is the one, farthest one, yeah. So we'll go underneath our fuel line, put that back inside, get it started anyways. Being a bit of a bugger. There we go. These old cables, a little rusty. Doesn't want to slide too good. So hold it and use the wrench, I guess. Just snug that down. There we go. And this guy is ready to get put back home. There we go. Remember to keep it kind of straight up and down. I like to keep these clamps where I can get at them too. And our fuel lines we'll put on after. Tighten our little hose clamp down. Keep the carbonator in there. Another good thing to check while you're in here too is if your boots are cracked, and these ones are starting to crack. So these will be, I'll have to order up some new ones from the Cat Shack and we'll get those guys in too. Exact same process, just closer to you guys. So maybe on this one, we'll go with the choke first. That seems to be a bit more of a bugger to get in. They're all the cables are all kind of rusted. I don't want to turn. Maybe I can just turn the carb. Oh, it makes it a lot easier if you take choke off too. Less tension. We'll snug that up. There we go. And now we just need our slide. Like I said, that pin and the slot in the slide, those have to line up or else your slide will not go inside. Put the cap back on. Sometimes you gotta turn it backwards to get, there we go. Nope. Get the threads to start. Nice fine thread. We'll crank those down. Snug it up. There we go. Pop this guy back in there too. There we go. Carbs are reinstalled. I just have to tighten up that clamp. I like to put them where I can get at them. Make sure your carb's standing straight up and down too. Not on an angle, or else you'll be leaking fuel everywhere. They'll overflow, or the flow to overflow will be leaking all over. Let's get her tight. You want to make sure these are tight too, because if you start sucking air, you're going to lean out your motor and you'll be blowing her up and rebuilding her again. So nice and tight. And this boot also looks like it's weather checked all in here. It's all weather checked, so I'll give you guys a close-up of that. So hopefully you guys can see that, but right in there, it's all starting to crack. I'm sure it's not right through, but it's not good. And right here too, you can see right there, starting to crack. So that's no good, but we'll just get our fuel lines back on the nipples here and here with our new lines. We'll zip tie those on as well, and then we'll see if we're getting fuel. And if there's no fuel coming in here, then our pump's probably bad or our reference is bad. But usually I haven't really seen a reference fail, so we'll see what happens. So there I have the fuel lines reattached with my nice beautiful pink zip ties. Because on this channel we like the pink, we appreciate the pink, and we take the pink anytime we can get it. So now that our lines are on, let's just make sure we're getting fuel. We'll pull her over a few times and see if there's fuel movement. Let's see if there's any fuel movement. That's what we're looking for. Looks like it's pumping. Get this wrench out of there. Wants to start, but it's not starting. But we know we have fuel now to both carbs. We can see it moving. That's not the issue, so it's compression still. So that's how you inspect your carbs. Mine were clean. I didn't have to pull any jets out. I could see light at the end of the tunnel basically. I'm out of breath. Did my cardio for the day, pulling that thing It's not firing up because we had no compression, as you saw in the last video. Now we know for sure the carbs are clean. We're getting fuel. We're getting air, 100%. We're just not getting compression. We have spark too. So, till next time, guys, have a great day.